Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Joe Axman, the mediocre astrologer. Meh, he's okay. All right, guys. Today I want to look at the Astro update. We'll look at the current transits, as well as some tips and tricks for choosing the very best day and time to start any project. Doesn't have to be anything major. It could just be like whatever. Buy new, I don't know, start new thing, whatever it is. All right, guys. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share, and book a reading with me. My website is macroastrology.com. My email is macrogoldmachine at yahoo.com. And guys, just hear me out for 1 second. I don't want to turn anyone away who wants a reading with me. So honestly, I mean this. If you are suffering financial hardship and you don't feel like you can pay the full amount, I believe me, I know what that's like. And that's not past tense, it's present tense. But you know, we all got to help each other out. And so I'm not concerned. Even if you you don't feel like you can pay anything at the moment, but you want a reading, email me and tell me your situation. We'll work something out. Best I can offer you, and actually I would like this a lot. I can give you a discount straight off the bat for writing me a testimonial. That'll be awesome. Like, 15%, 20%. But if we need to take it even more than that, we can, and we'll talk about different things, options. So just hit me up if you want a reading and you can't afford the $75. It's just too much of a stretch. It's going to stress you out, but you still want a reading. Just hit me up. Let me know, and we'll work something out. I mean that. Definitely want to help you out as long as you're interested in getting a reading. So there's that. All right, let me share my screen. All right, here we have the current transits. We got the Scorpio moon rising. That's okay. But one of the really interesting things right now is that North Node is conjunct Eris, and you'll see it right here. Eris is a minor planet, but it's considered discordia or strife. And what do we know about Eris? Well, we know that we have a new COVID variant called Eris. Why are they doing that? I mean, it's like, do they think nobody's going to notice? North Node is conjunct Eris in Aries. Eris has been in Aries. Eris is very far out there. It's been in Aries, I think, my whole life. Yeah, I mean, it's like, we'll go year by year, just check. But yeah, like, you see how slowly it moves? Just like 1 degree every few years. So yeah, my whole life it's been in Aries. But North Node, and it's when it switches into Taurus, which will be great. That'll be a little ways from now. Okay, that's not till 2044. So don't hold your breath for that one. But in any case, Eris is discordia or strife. She causes chaos. She's the goddess of war. But more like she's a troublemaker, right? According to legend, according to Greek mythology. But the thing is that this reminds me of that old saying: millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do use astrology. And the ones calling the shots are definitely billionaires. So they're definitely using astrology, right? So yeah, I don't think this is an accident. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think they knew exactly what they were doing. Same thing with Pluto in Capricorn. For the little while that Pluto was in Aquarius, the energy was not right for them to make their next big move. So they were just laying low, allowing the dust to settle, let people get a false sense of confidence and hope and security. And now we're getting thrown right back into it. They're talking about lockdowns and masks and new round of vaccines, and it's all planned, right? As soon as you heard the first breath of new COVID variant Eris, right? They already have a plan. It's already been revealed. The whistleblowers, like this time we're like around like September or October or whatever. Face mask mandatory here and there. It's already starting. You can read up on it. then they're going to be lockdowns, full lockdowns this winter, supposedly, right? And they already have the vaccine for it. Like, guys, it's a little too quick and contrived for any of this to feel organic or natural. It's not, right? It's completely made up. We know that, and with all this Piscean energy, it's very easy for them to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, gaslight everyone to hell, and just, I'll be like, no, this is all organic, just happened. Even though like the pharmaceuticals made billions and billions and billions. I mean, they're just gonna have pandemic after pandemic after pandemic if we don't stop them. It's ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, Mercury is in excellent dignity right now because it's not only exalted in and in domicile in Virgo, but it's also stationary. And so when we're talking about picking dates, the best dates to do anything, primary thing I look for, and other astrologers might say different, but just looking at like celebrity charts for the past couple years, and you can see all the ones that I've looked at, which is like tons and tons and tons, like hundreds. Stationary planets are by far the most powerful. And anytime I see that in a person's chart, I know that's where they're going to shine. Especially the inner planets. Why the inner planets more than the outer planets? Because the outer planets already move slow, right? Pluto already moves slow. So if it's stationary, it's kind of like, black and more black, right? That's would be like the difference, right? So yes, it does. Pluto can become more powerful. Neptune, Uranus, when they're stationed, but even more dramatic is when something like Mercury becomes stationed, because right now it's, look, 0.32 seconds. That is slower than Pluto. Sorry, slower than Pluto, right? It's almost as slow as Eris, right? And Eris has Eris is way slower than Pluto. Eris is outside of Pluto. It's a trans-Pluto object planet. Okay. Yeah, so it's extremely slow. So Mercury, any of the inner planet, Mercury, Venus, even Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, right? Station will be extremely powerful. Then less and less with the outer planets, but still very, very potent still. So I love to see Mercury station. What they say is stationary direct is stronger than station retrograde. So like after it goes retrograde and stations, before it goes completely direct, that's the most powerful. But station retrograde is still very powerful, and it's about to go retrograde. All right. So that's one thing I look for. Then, so this morning, let's go back to this morning. I put in some money into my Facebook post, and actually it was more like this, something like this. Yeah, it was around early this morning. Anyway, because I wanted to take advantage of this station, right? So it could be anything. What really you want is you want to capture this energy, and the way to capture this energy is by giving birth to anything you can. The bigger the better, but just starting an ad, that'll work. I mean, it's going to be not as you're going to get better success when you do it on these very powerful days and powerful times, right? So I chose this where no, it was even before this. Not that it matters much, but I'm just showing you. So the rising was Leo, and Sun was in the first house. It was just before the Virgo. Just it still works this way, but so Sun's the ascendant lord. It's in the first house, even though it's in Virgo. It's still because Leo rising, and I like Leo rising. It's one of the best rising signs. You really see a lot of very successful people with Leo rising, and then you get this extremely powerful Mercury in Virgo, in exaltation and domicile station. So Mercury is extremely powerful, and it's ruling most of the first sign. It's ruling also the second house cusp. So for the purpose of making money, I think that's really good because now it's very strong here. And Mercury, obviously Virgo. My moon is 19 degrees. Mercury is it's the dispositor of my sun, Venus, and moon. And Mercury is excellent for a lot of things, but speaking, communicating, also astrology. Because of the intellect and analysis. Mars and Virgo is fine. Jupiter and Uranus, both conjunct the MC. That would be excellent also because Jupiter brings success. Uranus relates to astrology. Right. So that's all fine and well and good. And there's always going to be some challenging aspects, but that's fine. Even moon in Scorpio is okay for astrology, right? And moon is good directionally in the fourth house. So in any case, you pick days where they're station planets, especially if they're in dignity. But even if they're not in good dignity, a stationary planet will trump planet in good dignity. That's my experience. I mean, it really is like the highest dignity, which we don't hear about as nearly as much in astrological circles, but the highest dignity is station planets, or very slow, close to that. Then comes sign and house. Between sign and house, it's really a toss up. They're both equally powerful, and then aspects and things like that. Yeah. So the way to do it, if you don't have a really excellent program like this, where you can just sort of like go through time and just find out like the best days to start things, I'd look for stationary first, obviously, then everything else, dignity, then time. Last thing, time. Putting the sun on the ascendant or the MC or Jupiter, right, or any planet that you really like. You don't always have to. You can consult me if you want, but if you just want to do it yourself, then just find one of those: Sun, Jupiter, or whatever planet that's really relevant on the MC or IC or MC, mostly. Or I guess if you want to deal with real estate or home or land, look for the IC, or relationship, descendant, right? Yeah, but if you don't have one of these programs, then how about that? We can go look at an ephemeris, right? So you can choose any ephemeris you want. I'm using the Astro.com ephemeris, and just type in ephemeris on Google or whatever search program you use, search engine. And this is a really good one though. And just find your current date, and then or future time frame that you're looking for, that you're trying to find a good date. And then you can see here we're in August, so Mercury retrograde on the 24th or the 23rd. That's tomorrow. So it's stationed, like right around the R, like one day on either side, or even 2 days. It's going to be very powerful, right? So that's Mercury. Let's see. I know, let's see, Uranus is Uranus here. So so Uranus is already very slow. Tomorrow would have been slower, then the next day even slower, and that would have been closer. But I did it today. Maybe I could do something else. The nodes I wouldn't worry about. They're always doing retrograde and direct. And obviously the personal planets are going to be better. But you can peruse here. If you can find two that are stationed at the same time, that's even more dynamic, really powerful. And here we have Venus and Jupiter on September 4th and 5th. So if you can do anything on either one of those days or right around there, it'll be great. You'll have a lot of power from Venus and Jupiter, and that would be something, with Venus you can do something creative, artistic, aesthetic. If you're a woman, that's great. Jupiter for everyone, just brings success. Especially in Taurus, it's very abundant, very excessive, big fat Jupiter in Taurus, just hoarding everything, right? I have Jupiter in Taurus, so I'm kind of making fun of myself. I do hoard food too, in case you're wondering. Like, I got tons and tons of food, and I wish I had tons and tons of money. I don't wish that. I love my life. I'm happy. But if money comes, I'm ready for it. Certainly. And all right, here, Pluto, that'll you can take advantage of that too. October 11th. Certainly not going to be bad. It's just I'm more excited by the inner planets when they go retrograde, right? Or direct when they're stationed. Yes. So those are the things I look for. Other things that you can obviously look for. Okay, so are grand trines or mutual receptions. They're also going to be excellent, right? If you see a really powerful mutual reception with like where the two planets are trine each other and by degree exact and sign a mutual reception, that's really powerful, right? You might need to choose your timing really well to get the right houses interchanging, but that's really good. Or if they're next to each other, I have two. I have the trine and the adjacent houses in mutual reception, and then grand trines are really powerful. So if you have a grand earth trine, grand fire trine, grand water trine, grand air trine in a certain time, that's really excellent. And if you can combine it, even better, right? If there's a grand trine and one of the planets is stationary, like Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, or two, then it's even better, right? Like definitely. So, but then you can put your day in here, like Astro.com. Go to Astro.com, put your day in, just title it whatever, event. We'll go to August. We'll do, since I did it this morning, we'll do today and 2023. Doesn't unknown. We'll say unknown. Or you could do like, okay, I did it around 6/8. And the whole world, Philadelphia. It's gonna pop up. Just I'll just put PA just because that's where I live. All right, and it's gonna show the chart, and it's similar to what it was this morning. And then if you want to check on Astro.com for the speed of the planets, you go to additional tables, additional charts and tables, and here you can see Mercury SR, little tiny thing, stationary retrograde, and you can see the speed is 2 minutes 20 seconds. That's per day. So that's very slow. And then you can see also Uranus is considered stationary retrograde, even though we're a little farther from the station. It's still here, calling it stationary retrograde, and that's 17 seconds per day, arc seconds. So that's very, very slow, Uranus. So that's perfect for me. I mean, Mercury and Uranus, those are like both planets. Mercury is all around like just intellect and communication, expression, right? Speaking, the mind, and Uranus definitely relates to astrology. So it's perfect to put it out an ad based on astrology, right? It wasn't really an ad. I just boosted one of my videos. So, but it's that simple, right? I just put a little bit of money, so it means something. I'm investing something, and I chose the right time, and I put out that I boosted my video, so hopefully people will see it and sign up and join my channel, get a rating, whatever. So that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's really not that hard, but like it's definitely worthwhile. And there does seem to be a grand Earth trine going on right now with Pluto, Mars, Uranus. It's a little wide, but it still works. And that's really good. And then Mercury, Uranus are trine very well. Jupiter's not really adding anything, and Mars is not really adding anything, but that's okay. Dignity wise to each other's signs. but that's all right. Mars is dignifying Pluto and Capricorn. Even yeah, it's pretty exact by 1 degree, so that's quite good as well. Alrighty, I think that's everything. That's just a few simple but important tips and tricks on picking good days, because we all have to start things all the time, so might as well utilize astrology and the power of the zodiac and this knowledge to get you an advantage, right? So all right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, book a reading with me, and I'm serious, reach out if you have any financial difficulties at all. We'll work it out. And I'd love some testimonials. If somebody's just feeling generous, they want to give back, wants to write me a testimonial that'll go up on my website, please do. I have to get that that ball rolling too. So all right, guys, I will see you again soon. The mediocre astrologer signing off. Meh, he's okay. All right, see ya. Bye.